Hi there, and welcome to Walk Bandana Man. Today we're going to hike around the exterior of the Punta de Namer, or the headland of the Namer Nature Reserve, which lies between the popular beaches of Cala, Millor and Coma. But first we're going to visit a taolitic site at Siot. From there we'll walk the whole of the length of the promenade of the Coma beach until we reach the headland, where we'll pick up a true coastal path, passing by numerous quarries, vast bunkers and numerous rocky inlets, until eventually we'll gradually ascend to a 16th century watchtower. From there we'll make our way back to either the bus or the car. This is a laid back walk with a bit of history thrown in. So, let's get out there. If you come by bus, it is the 401 Palma to Cala Millor bus that stops here. It is the Savignas stop, which is the one following Siot Central. This hotel will clarify you have the right stop. If you wish to look around the taolitic site at Siot, then you need to exit the bus, turn right and follow this road back for about 5 minutes, and the site will appear on your left. The Poblat taolitic de Siot, to give it its correct name, is a prehistoric settlement dating from the Bronze Age to the Roman invasion, 850 to 123 BC. It consists of very impressive monumental buildings, including a central watchtower surrounded by a residential area and a defensive wall. This particular site has a visitor centre and many wooden walkways with the information boards to allow the visitor to understand the stone structures and the daily life of this ancient culture. After you had finished, retrace your steps back to the bus stop. If you decide against visiting it at the start of the walk, then exit the bus, turn left, you will be on the Avenida de les Savignas. Follow the road for about a minute until the next right turn. Take this turn, the carrer Nespleres. On reaching the promenade, turn left and follow it to the end, where you will see that the path bears left. Now you will see parking spaces and also parking on Avenida de Ses Palmeres. Here there is a sign with a photo of the Namer headland and one pointing to Escastel, with a sandy track leading to it. Take this track, and a few minutes down the track you will come to a graffitied bunker. Just a few minutes down that sandy track, actually just after the bunker, you'll see a right turn. We'll take that and we'll head on down the coast. Now, the path that you're going to follow today isn't particularly a difficult path, but what I would say is that if you're going around the headland on the exterior path, then it's quite rough underfoot, and it stays like that for a good hour or so. So my suggestion is, if you're going to embark on this walk, you need some sturdy shoes. If not, you may damage the soles of your feet. Just a thought. After about 20 or so minutes walking up the coast, you can look back on Coma and Siot in the distance. After about 10 minutes up the coastline, you come across this old building here. Not too sure what it was. It could be a bunker. It's got a little notice on it here. Follow your dreams. Don't let anyone stop you. Well, there you go. And at about 12-14 minutes along the coast from the start, you'll come across this area of flat rocks, which is the head of this beautiful, beautiful cove here with this crystal clear water. A snorkeler's paradise. And most of the way along this walk you'll see boat activities, ferrying people in and out. Very busy coastline. And about 15 minutes up from the start, you'll start to approach the bunker. It looks like a bunker. These bunkers, or machine gun nests, were constructed as part of a total coastal defence strategy during the years of the Spanish Civil War, which was 1936 to 1939. They were built to prevent the landing of Republican troops. A few minutes after leaving the bunker, you'll approach the Millor quarries. They're really something. The Millor stone, extracted from these and many quarries all along the south coast, has been used in the construction of buildings since pre-Roman times. And it was still extracted for major building construction until the 19th century. Today, it is mostly used for cladding and ornamental projects. Yeah, I think one of the most important things here is, once you leave the Millor quarries, it's important that you try and keep as close to the sea as possible on the more rugged of the paths. If not, you'll be pulled inland and you'll miss the headland. You'll go straight up towards the castle. So after leaving the Millor quarries, just keep airing to the right towards the sea, picking up the rugged paths, and we'll be able to go right around the headland. Eventually you should come across this big cairn that keeps you quite close to this coast. Carry on walking through these piles of stones. On this section it really does seem that you're just following these piles of stones who are acting as cairns. And after about 40 minutes of walking, you should be on the outside arc of the headland. And after about 45 minutes of walking along this headland path, we come to a path junction here. I think if we take the left-hand path, it will take us up to the trig point. I think that's where we'll go, see what's worth looking at from up there. And after leaving the coastal path for 3 or 4 minutes, you come to the trig point, which I presume is the highest point on the headland. From the trig point we have wonderful views across Cala on the far right, which merges into Cala Millor over there. How beautiful. And after a few minutes of descending from the trig point, we're back on the coastal path. Now this path will lead us all the way towards Cala Millor, and about half a kilometre before Cala Millor we'll see a massive intersection, and that's when we'll take a left and go up to the centre of the headland towards the castle. After 15 or 16 minutes of coming along the coastal track from the trig point, we're about half a k away from Cala, we come to this big intersection here with this massive white track going up left. We need to take that white track. After 10 minutes of coming up track from the intersection, we're approaching the castle. The castell is not actually a castle, but a watchtower. Built during the late 1600s, its primary function was to help in the prevention of Ottoman or Moorish pirates landing in the bays of Cala and Coma. Standing at an altitude of 35 metres, it was part of the whole island defence system, with this tower acting as a lookout point between the towers of Porto Cristo and Cap Vermei. It was manned by 2 or 3 guards armed with sabres, muskets and pistols, but it did have a bronze cannon which could fire at ships attempting to land in the bays. The original cannon is still in place on the top parapet pointing into the Bay of Cala. The tower was used as an observation and communications post during the Spanish Civil War. There were barracks built next to the fortress that housed nationalist troops. Now the old barracks serve as a restaurant and cafeteria. So after you've had a look around the castle and seen what you need to see, probably had a drink in the cafe restaurant there, it's time to get back to the start. So you leave on the big diagonal rugged track from the castle, heading towards Coma, probably 25 minutes and you should be back to the start of the coastal route. Not a long or demanding walk. This is a laid-back walk which involves rock, sea and history. It commands some lovely views across the 2 bays and is absolutely ideal if you are looking for somewhere to walk for a couple of hours. It is hard to believe that this beautiful and relatively quiet headland is sandwiched between 2 of the most popular beaches on the southeast coast. If you do like this walk and enjoy it, then join me again on another walk very soon.